online business, to seek advice from somebody in the industry. I always would consult possibly with my accountant, who's a chartered accountant for many years. So do your own due diligence, and of course, let's get into the presentation. We're here to share a very exciting concept. It's an ecosystem that's well underway, well under development. The the final part to the ecosystem is an exchange that's launching very, very soon. And we also have algorithmic AI trading bots on the platform. We have them on Telegram. They have a product called Flash Loans. They have this amazing Visa card. Yeah, I've just used it about 30 minutes ago at the chip shop. I just tapped it and off it worked. But this is cryptocurrency in the fiat world. This is up and running as well. And before we go into the products, I think it's important for everybody to understand who's behind this, who's involved. Where's the company from? Where do they hang out? And you'd be delighted to know that Mr. Brian Benson is the CEO of Aurum. Now, Brian is from California, born in America. And when he left university, he went to work with Morgan Stanley, the bank, and very successful there too. And then he was headhunted to go to Binance. And in Binance, that's where he really sunk his teeth in and made a name for himself. He opened all the South American countries for Binance. In fact, he was the director of Latin America for Binance. Brian told myself and John and Fraser when we were with him last week, or 2 weeks ago it is now, he told us that he opened the Binance companies in his name before CZ of Binance converted it to Binance. So he was instrumental in the growth of that unicorn that we know that Binance is. It's a massive, successful platform. And to have that experience of massive growth, it stands him very, very well for what he's about to do here in Aurum. So now he is CEO here at Aurum. But what I decided to do was do a little bit of background check on him just to make sure he is who he is. And very often companies, we don't know who the CEO is. They operate from funny jurisdictions we've never heard of, and maybe they're faceless. What I was delighted when I typed in Brian Benson Binance, write that down, Brian Benson Binance, and you'll see he's all over the show. And that was fantastic. The same guy, you can see him there with Binance shirts on. Did I see a Binance baseball hat? Fantastic. And you can also see him there with the Aurum brand, and that's where he is now, the CEO of Aurum. I also then noted on the internet that they had secured a $12 million investment from venture capitalists. And again, that's great because people with that class of money don't invest in silly things. I mean, people that have that class of money do their due diligence on a company before they would invest, and that gave them an immediate valuation of 100 million before this kicked off, which was fabulous as well. And in the article it says Binance pioneer, because he pioneered Binance in South America. They went from whatever customers to hundreds of millions of customers. Brian was part of that exploding growth. So Binance pioneer Brian Benson to lead the Aurum exchange. It says here that Brian's best known for his instrumental role in Binance's dominance in Latin America. He spearheaded the platform's exponential growth, and that all serves us well here. You're also probably very familiar with Forbes. Forbes is a very reputable company. We've heard of the Forbes Rich List. If very often they interview people and have them on the front cover. If you're on the front cover of Forbes, you're a CEO, you're somebody very, very special. There is an article there that says Aurum provides institutional grade trading. And of course, these media companies are very afraid to write anything that's not truthful because they can be very easily sued, as we know. So it's great to have an article on Forbes. I also found that Brian was writing in Forbes himself as well in an article called Fix the Money with Tech, and then you can fix the world. Because as we all know, guys, the money world is broken. It's been broken since 1971. When President Nixon moved the gold standard, the relationship between the US dollar and gold, when that was severed, it allowed the Federal Reserve, the banks around the world, the central banks to print as much paper fiat currency as they wished. And that has led to serious consequences, crashes, inflation, hyperinflation. And what Brian's writing about here is fix the money with tech. Well, what do you think that is? It's the blockchain. That's the advent of Bitcoin. There's only 21 million. There's a fixed supply. And when you have technology like that available in the blockchain, then we can fix the world. So his mission is to create 1,000 millionaires. After doing this homework that I'd done, and it's up to you to do yours, I decided to go meet him. And we see Fraser here on the call tonight. We see Lee and John, and I'm sure some of the rest of you. We all went to spend a few days with Brian. He was with his wife. We had breakfast with him. I had breakfast 2 mornings in a row. Even though we were there for 3 days, we had coffees midday, and we went out on a yacht the final day, where we had something to eat, and he just hung out. He was very, very normal, very, very casual. And what I liked about him is anytime you ask a question, it's not a him and a Hannah looking up to the sky. It was straight up with the answer. Very technical savvy, very confident in his own abilities. And it gave me great comfort coming off that event. So with that said, guys, let's now tell you a little bit about some of the other people behind it. We met Gulnara. She is the development director. Ahmed Zen, a very nice gentleman I met as well. He is the marketing director. Now, Ahmed was an Emirati banker. He worked in the bank. He was approached by Aurum 2 years ago, and he was advising them how to set up bank accounts in Dubai, establish their legal license in Dubai. That's his forte. And of course, a year later, we learned that Ahmed has left the bank and he's now the marketing director with Aurum. So what a move that was. He's definitely saw something that we didn't see. So there are about 35 employees. That's a very lean company, and that's a good thing. Companies don't need to be heavy burdened and laden because we're dealing with AI, we're dealing with technology, and really the traders just need to oversee these bots when they're operating. And you're going to learn that these bots only trade for maybe 5 minutes at a time. Sometimes it's 25 minutes. I'll show you that in this presentation. I think the longest they run is for about 45 minutes in a day. And therefore, the traders only need to oversee that period of time. The rest of the time, they can be out developing, trading, testing other technology, other bots. I saw that they're actually working on a Solano product. At the moment, we have a few that we'll share with you tonight. And you can see the background from these guys, fairly professional, coming out of Wise, BitGet, OKX, IBM, Morgan Stanley, and of course, Binance. I think they're well capable and well able to cater for people like ourselves. Now, at the outset, they were not interested in the direct sales model at all. They focused on high net worth individuals, venture capitalists. They focused on home office type. And that's maybe 70% of their business even today. And very recently have they opened the doors to people like ourselves to allow us to participate because we're just about to launch the exchange. And for that, they do require a database. They do require a customer base. And to issue this card, they need a database to put that in the hands of the people. So this model that we're involved in now is relatively new, and it's going very, very well. What I'd like to do is play just a short 1-minute video, maybe summarizes some of the things that I've just said.
Did you know that in the world of investments, it's important not only to earn but also to preserve your assets? Aurum is not just a platform, it's an entire ecosystem that combines advanced financial tools with reliable data protection. We are your personal financial mentor, where security and innovation go hand in hand. With Aurum, you gain access to a unique ecosystem, including a non-custodial Web 3.0 wallet, the AI Trader EX system for automated trading powered by artificial intelligence, and analytics to support your investments every step of the way. Aurum is not only about trading convenience, but also about multi-layered asset protection, thanks to cutting-edge encryption technologies and security protocols. Join our community, create an account, top up your balance, and start earning with Aurum today. After all, your investments deserve the best. Aurum, an ecosystem leading you to a stable and secure future.
So there we go. Nice little video there that depicts part of the ecosystem that they're putting together. This slide sits with me very, very well. I saw this slide 20, 30 years ago. I read it and kind of didn't sink in. When my parents died, it did sink in. And it has a personal meaning for me because my parents were very, very hard workers. I'm one of 9 children. My father was very successful in business. He had an undertaking business, would you believe it? He had a limousine service. He had a hardware store. He had a leisure center. And when he was 50 years old, he went to America and opened a business there that still runs today very, very, very successfully. Uh, Unfortunately, my father was a slave to his business, a slave to his clientele, and a slave to the business. In fact, it ended up the business owned him really because he was a servant to his customers. And unfortunately, he didn't learn how to get his money to work for him. He just worked for money. And I don't want to go down that route. I learned a few years back, that residual income or passive income or getting your money to do the work is a very clever way. And this statement is now very, very wholesome to me. And it hadn't been for many, many, many years. So let me tell you a little bit about the platform that we can offer. The platform has a subscription, a bit like a golf course or a gymnasium, but nothing in those prices. It's less than $20. It's $19.99. Gives you access to the entire platform for the year. I think this is a good thing, and the reason why I think it's a good thing is because this $20. Oh, let's say they put on 1 million customers, right? That's $20 million. Which allows the company to function without putting a burden on any of the products or any of the trading commitments, because the $19.99 acts as a service fee. Maybe you don't know, but if we put lots of people on a platform, it costs the company money to run the data, and maybe it's only $4 or $5 per user. But then when you add customer service and all the other support, I think it's great that takes the burden away and leaves a company very, very healthy. It also gets rid of the tire kickers, those that want to come in for free and do nothing and take up space. This sorts them out, guys. And I'd rather say this at the beginning of the presentation rather than the end. So with that out of the way, for $20 to have such an ecosystem, I think it's great, great, great value. Our flagship product is called EXAI. Strange name, isn't it? EXAI. It's been under operation for about 2 years now. And up until the 21st of June, there was about $23 million, just short of $23 million in this product. Now, they have 6 or 7 products, but in this one, it was $23 million. When we were out with Brian a week or two ago, it had gone up to $24 million. I'm sure now it's well over $25 million trading. The success has been 467% up to that point. And that's broken into a range of somewhere between like 16% a month, 13, 18, 11, 15, 9% is probably the worst that they've done, which is very good, mind you, 11%, 18%. So this is at the beginning, but because it's machine learning AI, what happens is that the AI can learn to improve itself. It's self-learning. And you'll notice now in 24 up until recently, up into 25, you can see the results are slightly improved. So over here, where it was 13s and 11s and 15s and 9s, over here, you're going to notice it was 17s and 16s and 18s and 15s. So just a slightly better performance. And of course, it is manned by human traders. They don't let the bots run on their own, as capable as they are. If Mr. Trump picks up the phone and has a call with China, the world could turn on its head. And these guys need to be on the button, ready to either turn off the bot instantly. And you could do that too. You have the power on some of these bots to just turn it off straight away if you wish. You can take out your profit, you can stop the bot, particularly on our Telegram bots. And I've tried it. In fact, I do it every day. Many of us do it every day. But anyway, that's a little bit about the performance. Bad news again, guys, you don't get all of that. You don't get all of that. What you get depends on what you deposit. So let's suggest you put in $111.24. Strange number, isn't it? Because here there are no packages. There's no $100 package, $500 package, $1,000, none of that. This is, you could see this as a digital bank. It's what you deposit. So you could deposit 147.22. You could deposit 1,946.26. You could 10,918. Doesn't matter. But what you deposit determines which category you fall into. So if you put in under $250, you're going to lean in on that about 10% a month, which is very, very good. As your account grows, let's say it supersedes $250 and moves into the next threshold, you get the benefit of the increased percentage, or you could top that account up, or you can run several accounts inside your own back office. I have one for my wife, one for my son, one for my daughter, inside one single account. And I'll show you that in a minute, how that operates. I opted for the $10,000 account to attract in around, you can see they're about 15% a month. The immediate question comes, well, how can a company afford this? Well, quite easily. I mean, if they're doing 17.5% on average, and let's say the bulk of the customer base, you know yourself, is going to be between $100 and let's say $5,000. Would you agree? The bulk of the customers worldwide is going to be in that threshold between 100 and let's call it $5,000. There's going to be a mid-range, like people like myself that can do 10,000, and of course then there's going to be high net worth that can do the larger accounts. But for the bulk of the trading, if they're only paying out 10% and they're making 17.5, they're quite healthy. They're almost getting what you're getting in that range, and that gave me a lot of comfort on that. Now, the other good news is you can withdraw your profits every single day at a very, very respectable and reasonable withdrawal fee of 1% plus $2. 1% plus $2. That's very, very acceptable. You can withdraw any day, every day, multiple times a day. And on this particular product, that's fantastic. You also have the choice to compound. Many of you know what that means. It means that if you wish today's profit to add to the principal, then you have a bigger amount trading in the following session. And that's a good thing to do as well, because that can increase your profits. Now, the next question arises, particularly for the new people. Well, what if I need my money? Can I get my money out? Well, yes, absolutely. But we call this the 12-month plan. Why do we call it the 12-month plan? Because if you think about anything in terms of investment, whether it's real estate, property, whether it's gold bullion, it takes about 10 years for a bar of gold to double in value. Whether it's a gram of gold or a kilo of gold, doesn't matter. Approximately, it'll do about 10% a year. So in 10 years, it's doubled itself. Same with real estate. Buy real estate anywhere in the world. Generally, with the right property in the right location, you're going to get about 10% a year yield. So in 10 years, it doubles. In 10 years, 10% a year. This is 10% a month, guys. This is 12 times better than real estate without a mortgage, without a commitment. It's phenomenal. So what we need to think about, even with our pensions and our 401k plans, we put away money for 40 years of our life to retire on, don't we? So I think we need to get our customer base to think in with those thoughts, to say, well, I'm gonna set this aside for 12 months. That's what I'm telling my customers. Set it aside for 12 months. Because if you want your money, if there's an emergency, and there always is, maybe it's a health emergency in the home, maybe it's a financial emergency in the home, you can get 65% of your deposit back as well. So after 12 months, by the way, that disappears. You can have a 100% of it. Now, the question is, well, why do they do that? Why would they keep 35% of my money? Well, because they've paid it out. Okay. Imagine I was your customer and I put in $10,000 and you got some commission. And the day after I was able to take it out. Can you see how the company would have lost money? And let's say 2 days later, I pop it back in again and you commission again, and then I take it out. They've lost money again. So they're not going to fall for that. So with this particular product, and we have other products that don't do this, where you can have all of it with no penalties. It's called an early redemption fee. But here's something else that's exciting as well. And I'm going to show and prove it to you in a moment. That when you have 2 or 3 months trading under your belt, so that's gone. The 35% is gone. I'll show you exactly what I mean. I'd like to show you this account down here, ladies and gentlemen. And for the new people, you just need to remember a couple of things. You can see the account number is B3441972. Well, all we need to think is about 1972. All right. The second thing I want you to note is this account was commenced on the 10th of April. I can tell you it was a $10,000 deposit. But if we look at the balance, we can see there's 12,360. Okay. What I'd like you to do now, ladies and gentlemen, is look at the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. And I always suggest, if you're bringing guests to our Zoom and to our presentation, you do your utmost to have your guest viewing this on a computer or an iPad, somewhere where they're going to see the numbers and be able to see this detail. On a smartphone, yes, it does work, but you're zooming in, and you also get distractions on smartphones. You have social media going off, phone calls ringing. You can move about the house and lose reception. So when you have people on the computer, you'll find that they're fixed in one position. They pay attention to your business meeting, and it's a better way to do business. But also, to see this number in the bottom right-hand corner, I want you to note this was done on the 16th of May. This is called a timestamp, the 16th of May, that this account, after 4 weeks and 6 days, had achieved 23%. Can you see that? So from the 10th of April to the 10th of May is 1 month, and 6 more days takes it to the 16th of May, when this stamp was taken, and that was 23% in less than 5 weeks. So the next question arises. I always try to solve the question, well, how come if you're only getting 14.875% in a month, how did you get 23 in just over a month? Well, there's a very logical reason to that too. And I want to point out there's a little button down here that says reinvest. When you take your account, this is not engaged. Your profits daily go to your wallet and you can withdraw them every day. You can withdraw them to any wallet of your choice, USDC, USDT, TRC20, BEP20, or you can send them to your Visa card and go spend it in the shop. So your daily profits go to your wallet. It's only if you decide to engage this button that it doesn't go to your wallet, it goes to the trading team, and at midnight every night they add it to the trading fund, and then they start trading that portion as well for you. Okay, so that's what I opted to do. Because it was a 12-month plan, I said, hey, I'll let that sit and see what happens. And you can see then that I got 23% instead of 15% because I used that compounding feature. The other good news, ladies and gentlemen, is you can turn that off and on at your will. Let's say you want 2 days to compound or 2 days to take out the profit because you need a little bit of cash flow. That's your choice. Or a month on, a month off, a week on, a month, whatever. You're in control of your funds. So really, really like the platform for that. And I want you to take another look at the bottom right-hand side. You can see the date has changed to the 24th of June. This is the next screenshot I've taken from the account on the 24th of June. So if this account, 1972, started on the 10th of April, it tells you that this is a 10-week snapshot. 10 weeks from the 10th of April to the 24th of June. And now you can see the account has grown to 15,500. Guys, that's 55% in 10 weeks. 55%. Go buy a property in London, Cyprus, New York, anywhere in Europe, and try and turn $1 million into $1.5 million in 10 weeks. It's not going to happen, guys. This is sensational. Nothing less than sensational. The next timestamp I have for you is the 4th of July. Let's call that Independence Day. Well, you can see now it's jumped up to 16,600, 66%. And I wish you can join me tomorrow being the 10th of July. We're going to have a 3-month track record because I'm going to take another screenshot the next time you join our presentations. And I do these every day, by the way. But the next day you join our presentation, you see the result of exactly 3 months on the 10th. So that's tomorrow. We'll see where the 16,000 has gone to in such a short time frame. And of course, if I need some cash flow, what do? Press the little button, green button, and all the profits then start going to the account. And then I send them right to my card and spend them if I need the cash flow. So you're in control of the funds. So there we go, guys. The principal is only paid out on 3 days of the month, the 1st, the 10th, and the 20th. Can anybody think why that is? Because your money's trading. Okay, so it's in a pool, it's trading with everybody else's in different accounts. I've actually seen 2 of their accounts. Yesterday, I saw $10.5 million trading on KuCoin, and the other one was OKX. But they have lots of accounts because they diversify the fund in multiple exchanges. They don't keep it in one place for security reasons. But the point is, because your money's trading and you need your money, what they'll do is on the 1st, the 10th, and the 14th. In fact, tomorrow, do you see the little button down here where it says withdraw is grayed out? It's grayed out. That turns bright blue tomorrow. You'll notice that in your own system. And when I take my screenshot for the 10th of July, you're going to see that's the 10th day you can withdraw your principal. You can withdraw your profit any day, every day, because that's not going towards your principal if it's going to your wallet. So I hope that's not confusing, but I'd like to give you a full understanding of this product. It's our main product. It's the product I focus on. It's fantastic. Now, here's an account, and it has one part of it in reinvesting and the other not. So can you see, if you follow the red line here, the $109 has been in here that you can withdraw because it's not going to the principal. That makes sense. So when it's on, it goes and adds to the principal account. When it's off, it goes to the accumulated profit. You can withdraw that every day. That shows you the functionality of that toggle switch to compound or not. What else can I show you here? Yeah, you can see here that $7,500 compounded for a year is going to go to, what is that, 49,000? 7,500 is going to 49,000 with the compound button on. Let's go back, turn it off. If you don't compound, your 7,500 is going to 13,000 withdrawn, and you still have your 7,500. So that's your choice. You can have cash flow of 13,000 a year with a $7,500 deposit. Got that? But if you don't need the money and you compound it, you're heading towards 49,000. It's incredible. So you can play around with that. That's on the website. Here's another account, and you can see what you could do. So this $10,000 account might be for the grandchild, and this $100 account might be just let it go to pay for Christmas presents next year, or this $2,700 account is compounded. Maybe that's to pay the car insurance, the MOT, the car tax. You know, you can assign little accounts for yourself, treat it as a bank, and say, I have that doing that for that, I have this doing this for that, and you can turn the reinvest button off and on at your will, which is very, very, very good. So that's a bit about the functionality. We're kind of doing a little bit of training here too, guys, but it shows you how the whole thing works. And of course, when the reinvest button is off, that 2,100 goes straight up here. So that's already been withdrawn, because otherwise it would have added to the 10,000 and that would have been 12,000. Does that make sense? This will stay at 10,000 because the reinvest button is off. And this 2,184 has gone here and it's already been withdrawn. All right, so that's our first product, okay? Our second product is a sister to that, and it's available on Telegram. We call it the EXI Pro. Its performance is slightly lower, but here's the good news. There is no 35%. You can take your profit and your principal at 1% any day you wish. Any day you wish. The only snag to this is you can only put into this what you have in that. So whenever you're trading in the EXI bot, let's say you had $500 in there, your cap over here in Telegram is $500. You can't put any more here than you have there. So, but this is good if you want a bit of cash flow and you need your money in emergency. You can have it working here with immediate access, whereas the other one, you've got that 12-month. It's not a lock-in, but it's an early redemption fee. I prefer the first one. It does the best. It's the best performance, and your whole ranking system is based on the first one. So that's the second product. It's a sister product of the first product. And then our third product is called the Zeus AI bot. Now, this is a different one. This allows you to trade Bitcoin, BNB, Ethereum, Pepe, and Doge. Now, even if you don't have any of these, you can still get paid in these. Why? Because if you introduce a customer that opts to trade a little bit of Bitcoin in here or Ethereum, and by the way, the trading is automatic, you don't have nothing to do, you will get paid a bonus if you're qualified to get paid in Bitcoin. So let's say you have no Bitcoin and you put $100 into the EXI bot, the one we've spoken about. You introduce me and I put in some Bitcoin. Every day you get paid in Bitcoin if you're qualified. And we'll show you how to qualify in a moment for that. So you get paid daily Bitcoin. You can build a Bitcoin portfolio without even buying any Bitcoin in the first place. The idea of this product is for people that have a little bit sitting here on exchange and some of a bit of Ethereum over here, or maybe you have it offline. In here, you can get your making money again with these products. These are on Telegram and immediate withdrawals as well. So no lockup at all, full access to your money. You can either take your profit, you can compound your profit, but this is a great product as well. So let me show you Telegram. When you go to Telegram, you type in Aurum Neobank, you open the app. The app will open up and you have to log in using the same details you required at the front end when you registered. That will give you access to your account on Telegram. It's kind of like a mini app. It's a reflection of what you have on the main site. There's a home button. If you want to get the MasterCard or the Visa card, you just order it on Telegram and off you go. You can set it up so it's on your phone, so you don't need the physical card, and you can start enjoying your benefits. And that's one of the hardest things in the crypto world is, number one is, how do I get my pounds, euro, dollar into crypto? And the second problem is, well, how do I spend my pound, euro, dollar, crypto? How do I spend my crypto in pounds, euros, or dollars? Well, this is the off-ramp, and this product is fantastic. As I said, I just used it half an hour ago at the chip shop. I bought ice cream the other day with it, and I'm going to show you the product working on this call. In addition to the Telegram bot over here, you'll see that this is where you trade the Bitcoin and the Doge and the Pepe. I deposited 0.7 Bitcoin on the 31st of May. Now, that's not too long ago, 31st of May. Where are we? May, June. Yeah, it's only, what, 5 weeks ago or something like that. I put in 0.7. Well, at this point, it's 0.81 already. I'd made 1.11 Bitcoin. And today, this afternoon, you'll see that this was done. Is there a time on that? It doesn't show you. Anyway, this was this afternoon, today. I had made 0.015 over in 13 hours. It was trading for 13 hours. And my account's up to 0.82. Remember, I started at 0.7. So I've made 0.124 Bitcoin. I don't know what that is. It must be $15,000 or $16,000. Now, this is without customers. This is without team building. This is just my money working for me. Isn't that incredible to earn that kind of money in a short period of time? And these bots are really, really, really good. The level of detail is quite interesting as well. The transparency, it tells you how many trades you've conducted in a day. I haven't seen any more than 13 trades in a full day. But if you have 13 trades, you might only have, let's say, 11 profitable. Sometimes you only have 7 trades and all 7 will be profitable. Sometimes the bot goes out to work and comes back penniless. You know, he goes out looking for money and comes back with nothing, his tail between his legs. He goes and searches the market, looks at the exchange, looking for an opportunity. And I've seen him going out there and coming back with no profit. Okay, that's fine. It'll say 4 deals and 3 were profitable. The one that wasn't profitable didn't lose. It was actually out looking for an opportunity, didn't find anything. Maybe the market changed. Maybe there was a reaction in the market. Maybe there was a news feed that the AI read. There was something uncertain. They didn't go for it, and it comes home with nothing. But that's fine. When you click any of these links here under the BTC USDT, it opens up and tells you the trade. It says, and if we look at the date here, the 13th of April, Bitcoin was 85,000, guys. Isn't that incredible? $85,000 for Bitcoin. Sounds like good value today, doesn't it? So it tells you the opening price, the exit price, the spread. It tells you the profit and loss, and it tells you how long the bot was running. Now, this bot was running for 3:59 to 4:04. That's 5 minutes, just in and out in 5 minutes. And if you click the link, it pulls you right to the exchange where that was conducted. Here's another one. This was on the 26th of June. There's the date, 26th of June. Bitcoin had way up to $107,000. It shows you the open, the close, same thing again. But look at this one. This one was open from 8:55 to 9:20. So they send the bots out there. They could run them for 20 minutes, 25 minutes. They may get a trade. They may not get a trade. They can set all the bots out at the same time if they wish, you know, because there's different pairs. And the AI is looking for the trade. It's doing the work. Again, this was conducted on OKX exchange. And then today is the 9th of July. Can you see the date? 9th of July. Bitcoin was 109 today, obviously. So this is one of my trades. And again, you can see the spread, the profit and loss. And the bot was open for from 5 to 1. It closed at 20 past 1, 25 minutes. Okay, so that's the level of detail you get. I mean, you don't have to read into all of that, but it's just nice to see how the trades are being conducted. Now, the good news is very, very shortly, we're going to move to the native apps on Apple Pay and on Google Play Store, where you can download the app. And this is going to be really, really good for onboarding massive waves of customer in the near future. When you can refer people to Google Play and they go and download the app, and now you've got a customer transacting and you're going to get paid on that as well. They've got this magnificent card. I suppose it's on live beta test. There's quite a few of these out in circulation around the world. They're testing it right now. It is available for you right now as well. But the physical card will be launched on the, oh, sorry, that's the wrong one, on the 1st of August. So in a couple of weeks from now, you can get the physical card as well. I prefer the physical card. I can show it, I can tap it, and I can use it. I'm not too familiar with tapping the phone. In fact, I have no banking instruments on my phone, so I don't even know how to set that part up. I'm an old guy. I just like tapping this or swiping this. I know how to do this part, not the other part. Now, let me tell you a little bit of the card, because this is an opportunity in itself. Number one, we have 4 types of cards available. We have $33, $66, $99, and the one I went for was $249. Why did I go for $249? Because I like the best. I like the best. All right. The best one has no KYC, no passport, no utility bill, no credit check, no driving license. Not necessary, guys. You've got cryptocurrency you can spend anywhere in the world. The loading fees are the lowest, the transaction fees are the lowest, and the commission is the greatest. And the loading is $100,000 a month. Okay, $100,000 a month. I don't think anybody needs a bigger limit than that. I've asked for a bigger limit. And then there's KYC. If I want up to 300,000, I would have to KYC. 100 grand card, no KYC, fantastic. So a great way to off-ramp Bitcoin and spend cryptocurrency in a fiat dominant world. That's what we have here. Now, I want to tell you that $15 off the 33 is commissionable to the network. On this one, $30 of the 66 is commissionable to the network, $50 out of the 99 is commissionable, and $150 off the 249 is commissionable to the network. What does that mean? I'll tell you exactly what it means. There are 15 ranks in the program, and let's hypothetically suggest you're ranked 15. If you're ranked 15 and you offer me a card, you get 100% of that $150. You get 100% of that, okay? So they pay out 100% commissions on the card. Let's say more reasonably, you're sitting at level 7, okay? This is your rank, the 7th rank. I think that might be Diamond currently and Prime after the 1st of August. But if you were ranked 7 and you offered me a card, you would get 76% of the $150. Okay, so now you've given me the card and I go and share it with my friend Tom. Now I'm rank 1, I'm a newbie. Yeah, I'm rank 1, I'm a Nova, and I go and share this with my friend Tom. Well, I get 35% of the $150, but here's the good news. You get the difference because you're ranked 7, entitled to 76%. I'm taking 35% of that. You get 41% of $150 on my friend Tom, who you don't know. And as many customers to infinity levels deep, you can build a network of tens of thousands of people with crypto cards in a fiat world, and you get paid when they order the card, you get paid when they top up the card, you get paid when they transact on the card, and you can build a business just on this one product. Now, as exciting as that sounds, I don't want anybody to focus on that right now. I want you all to focus with the greatest respect on EXIBot, the first one. After you've used that for a week or two, I would highly suggest you migrate to EXI Pro and to the Zeusbot. Learn a little bit about that for a week or so, understand that component, and then maybe week 3 go for this. Why? Because what's the point of having this in week 1? You have no money made. Spend 2 or 3 weeks building your business, make some money, and then send your profit to your card. So I think that's a better way than trying to educate people on such a diverse range of products. And they've more products I haven't even tried yet. I'm happy enough for the short range I'm sharing with you guys today. What I'd like to do is show you the first 2 transactions done in the UK by our dear friend John. Here we go.
Right, here we go. First transaction in the UK for the Aurum card. Let's see this working. Authorised. Happy days.
Absolutely. And he was then sent to the grocery store to come home with some milk, and off went John again.
Here we go then. Second official transaction.
No, purple and white. Thank you.
Lovely. Thank you, Mina.
There you go. And John says to me, he went to the shop to get some free milk. And I says, well, John, what do you mean free milk? You didn't get free milk. You paid for it. He says, no. My money's on the bot. I didn't spend it yet. This is the profit. So John's around getting himself free milk because he still has his money trading. He puts the profit onto the card. So if you stop the bot, you send your money to your card. That's how it works. It's very, very simple. The shopkeeper doesn't even know that it's crypto because when you tap it, they get pounds, euro, dollar, whatever the native currency is, wherever the machine you tap works. Everywhere MasterCard and Visa are accepted. Wonderful product. That could be very exciting for all of us in the very near future. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is my presentation over. I've spent probably half an hour of your life listening to that information. I hope it served you well. I hope I did it justice, and I'll hand it back to our hosts again. Thank you.